Hello guys and welcome back once again to the channel and welcome back to another special upload. As in today's video, we are going to discuss about the possible tactics and formation that Xavi might use with this current Barcelona team. So stick with me until the end of this video cause it's all coming up to you. So let's just get to it. Well, we all know Xavi as a player and how intelligently he used to control the game, and especially that midfield. He was literally a magician who loved and understood almost every aspect of Barca's DNA. And now as manager, he has tried to put that same aspects into the Al Sadd club where he tasted a major success. He implemented all of his understandings and knowledge about the positional football, and ultimately he has now returned to Barca as a pretty successful coach. Comparing Qatar's League and La Liga or Champions League wouldn't be fair. They are both on different level, and as we discussed in our last video that it's never gonna be easy to coach at Barcelona. Now coming on to tactics he used as a coach at Al Sadd. Initially he used to play with 3-4-3 formation, but eventually he played most of his last matches with the 4-3-3 formation. But here one thing was common, that the style of the play, and to explain this let's take a look at Xavi's Al Sadd setup. It's in a 3-4-3 formation where you got 3 defenders, 2 defensive midfielders, 2 midfielders or interiors as Xavi describes them, and 3 attackers with 2 natural wingers, which was basically the key position of Xavi's team with and off the ball. Now talking about tactics, Xavi coached his players to play that one-touch football, crisp passing, which is all similar to Barca's pattern. With the ball, he often used to stretch the pitch with the help of wingers or sometimes with the help of fullbacks. And also, he asked his backline, his defenders, to maintain that high press. Main aspect of Xavi's style of playing was to create that numerical superiority, which really helped Al Sadd to dominate the position throughout the games. So eventually, after looking Xavi's coaching style, the 3 important things from his style of play are to dominate the ball and not only have the ball for just for the sake of having it, but also to create chances by using the midfielders and wingers. So here off the ball moments comes to play, so one's got to be have really intelligent and have that kind of understanding when to make this forward runs from through the spaces. Second one is to stretch the pitch. Play as deep and wide as possible, which helps to open up the game against the team who usually defend very deep into their own half. And the third one is to press opponent's team as high as possible and try to play most of the game in the opponent's half. And well, this is all similar to what we call it is as a Barca's DNA or Barca's pattern. So now at Barcelona, he's definitely gonna have some more better players than he had at Al Sadd, and also some of the La Masia players who are quite familiar with this kind of approach. But still, the work is a lot more difficult, cause we see under the Koeman this season Barca used to dominate the ball a lot, but they lacked in creating chances, and certainly there was not enough kind of that quick passing and high pressing strategy. But now, under Xavi, he seems to be confident on using this Barca style of play and philosophy on the players, so it's gonna be really fascinating to watch how he utilizes this squad. So now, let's look on how Barca could line up under Xavi, given that every player is fit and fine. And also, let's look at some of the tactics he might use. So this is the ideal Barca lineup that Xavi might use, given the fact that all players are fit. It's a 4-3-3 formation with Eric Garcia and Piqué or Araujo in the defense. At the right back it would be Serginho Dest, and at the left back it would be Jordi Alba. And in the midfield with Busquets at that defensive midfield role with Frankie de Jong and Pedri or Gavi in the midfield. With Memphis as a number 9 with Dembele and Ansu at the wings, where Xavi would always prefer to use that natural wingers. So the first thing that Xavi again will demand is to stretch the pitch as wide as possible, and that's why he will always ask for those natural wingers. And that's why it's the reason why he pressed Dembele and his qualities at the press conference, cause he is exactly the kind of player that Xavi is looking for. He's perfect fit for his system, his pace will help Barcelona in counters, dribbling qualities will attract players, hence creating spaces for midfielders so they can utilize and build up on the attack. And in this system, the role of Frankie de Jong is gonna be really important, because it's time that Frankie have to take the responsibility. He has to drop deep and be that ball progressor and break the midfield lines of the opposition. And another main prospect of Xavi's system is to create numerical superiority, and for that we would use Memphis, who can drop deep to build up a play. Xavi also used to create numerical superiority at positions to get the ball back and attack, and also this one is one of his main highlight of the system, and it will really become important at Barcelona because usually nowadays when some team presses high, we do face a lot of difficulties which eventually leads us conceding many goals. By generating this numerical superiority, it will also help goalkeeper or a defender to find that unmarked player which will eventually have to progress the ball ahead. Just like I earlier said, it could be done by Frankie de Jong and also by Xavi, who is playing excellent nowadays in that kind of position. And so all eventually, it will help us to push opponents back into their own half. Xavi is here to regenerate that Barca style which seems to fade away. The tactics would keep changing each and every match, depending on how opponent team plays, but things that Xavi will always demand from his players in each and every match will be to dominate the possession and try to create chances, stretch the game wide as much as possible by using wingers and also by using fullbacks. And that's why there is a reason Xavi would be desperate to sign a winger at this winter transfer market. And the third significant aspect of Xavi's system at Barcelona would be to keep pressing high and try to play as much as possible in the opponent's half. Cause as we saw against Celta Vigo, how easily we allow Celta to press us high, and most importantly, how were we playing in that second half where we almost played in our own half trying to do defending. Barcelona defends by having the possession, and we all know that it's one of our main part of Barca's philosophy, and Xavi knows that, and that's why it's really gonna be exciting to see how he's gonna utilize this young squad. He already said that about encouraging La Masia players and using them as much as possible in the team. So the likes of seeing Xavi, Puig, Nico Gonzalez would really gonna be high from now, cause now, as he said, everything is gonna start from zero. So this is a really amazing opportunity for players to convince Xavi and to get in the playing 11. So that's it for today guys. This was just some possible lineups and tactics that Xavi might go on using with this current Barca squad. So thanks for watching the video, and also do like and share it, and also don't forget to subscribe the channel. And as usual, I'll meet you soon with another new video. Until that time, Forca Barca.